Yo guys, it's Kyle coming at you from Bane's Film Reviews. Today I'm coming at you with Challengers, the new movie by Luca Guadagnino. There's like a 95% chance that I am saying his name wrong. If I am, I apologize. Again, directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring Zendaya, Mike Faist, and Josh O'Connor. It is a story about a love triangle that consists of former lovers and former best friends, and at a tennis tournament, them all being tennis players, both current and former, rekindle some of that, whether they want to or not. This is a film that I've been looking forward to for a while. With Zendaya as a lead, I was very excited. Mike Faist, I don't know him from much, but knowing him from the recent remake of West Side Story, I was excited to see them in a very different role than what I'd seen them in the past. Again, Zendaya, knowing her primarily from things like Spider-Man. So they take on very mature roles, and I'm very impressed with their performances, and that's not to discount Josh O'Connor's performance at all. Just pretty unfamiliar with him at all, unless I'm overlooking something. But the three of them are really wonderful in their performances. They do a fantastic job of helping drive this film forward. It's a really dramatic, really intense film, and they hit all the right notes all the way through. It's a very well-layered film, which is not something I was expecting. I was expecting a pretty straightforward drama, sort of romance thing with tennis, sort of being the catalyst for that. But it's very well layered in a lot of different ways. First of all, the cinematography is beautiful. It does a really good job of immersing us in this story, both in the romance and in the tennis aspect of things. And I really felt like I was part of the story, which is really, really important to me. It's something that I really latch onto, and I really appreciate when cinematographers are able to accomplish that. Furthermore, we have a really odd but really cool soundtrack that supplements the story and also juxtaposes it at exactly the same time. We go back and forth between this like really heavy, fast-paced techno music to nothing at all, and back and forth throughout the entirety of the film. It never relents in that regard, and I think it's a really interesting way to propel this film forward, and like just about everything else, it works. Our story is very interesting. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. For all these things to work and propel the story forward, it seems self-explanatory that the narrative works very well. But if you didn't understand that, narrative works very well. Then you have, the storytelling of Guadagnino is supremely interesting. We start present day, which is 2019, present day for our characters, and then we go back 13 years, and then we come back to present day, and then we go back 12 years, and then we come back to the day before present day, and it's a constant, it's very much like a tennis match of back and forth, and it does a really, really wonderful job of, again, immersing you in this film because it makes you play along. It makes you remember when and where things take place. And I appreciate that about the film because it does not assume that its viewers are incapable of following. It assumes that the viewers are intelligent, they can follow a very complex story, and I think that most viewers would be able to, and that's a testament to the layered storytelling ability of Guadagnino and the rest of his team. The one thing that really stood out to me, and I kept thinking this over and over and over again, is you could have removed that dialogue, and it still would have been very, very easy to follow the story. You could have removed the soundtrack, and it would have been very easy to understand and appreciate the tension. You could have told a very linear story instead of it being fractured and ping-ponging back and forth, and it still would have been very easy to understand. That's incredibly impressive that Guadagnino and his team are able to accomplish something that's so beautifully layered, so structurally sound, that you can remove elements of the film that work and really help this film, and it still work brilliantly. I said almost everything works. The one and only thing that I can't get on board with, at least yet, is the end. The last 3 seconds of the film, if that. Realistically, the last 10 seconds of the film, I can't spoil anything. I refuse to spoil anything here. I don't really understand what they were going for. I'm getting sort of the gist of things, but I don't know if it's bookended and really wrapped up the way that I wanted it to be, or in a way that I'm able to understand it. Now, with all of that being said, I think this is a film that you need to get to theaters and see as soon as you can. Well, can you wait and watch it at home? Sure you can, but I think it's worth the $14, $15, $16, however much you spend at your local theater to go watch this. And with that, I give Challengers a 9. I've been really fortunate with the films that I've seen in theaters lately, Civil War being the most recent prior to this one, and now Challengers being absolutely spectacular. Everything I could have hoped for, and far more than I could have hoped for. I look forward to what these guys, writer, director, actors, cinematographers, everybody involved in this film, I very much look forward to what they do going forward. And again, I encourage you guys to watch this film as soon as possible. That was Challengers. Until next time, peace.